Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Riche Racks here. Now, I'm not going to be doing another Richie's picks. I mean, it's still week 2, right? We already covered everything. Quarterbacks, wide receivers, tight ends, running backs. Go check them out if you haven't seen it. After you watch this, of course. But I'm going to talk about something else, all right? Now, this is just pure strategy. We're talking about weekly fantasy tournaments, all right, such as Draftkings. The strategy that I'm going to be talking about is what I call playing volume. What does that mean? Playing volume. We're not talking about pump up the volume for you cheerleaders out there, all right? We're talking about playing multiple lineups to increase your chances of winning big money, okay? Now, here's what I mean. You set a lineup, right? You think you got the perfect lineup here, right? Now you enter it. You put your $20 into the millionaire maker on Draftkings, and you're praying for the best now, and that's it. So you picked one lineup, and you put it in there, and you're hoping that that's gonna be the perfect lineup. Listen, if you do that, you got it. You are a draft god. Seriously. If you could do it picking one lineup, I'll be the first to stand up and say you are the man. Seriously. But it's highly unlikely. And you're shortchanging yourself. Let me explain why, okay? What I like to do personally is hit a bunch of different lineups. And I'll change the tight end on this one, and I'll change the defense on this one. Maybe I'll work a different flex and pick a quarterback. And I'm going to show you why, okay? Because when you do one lineup, right, per entry, here's what you're pretty much saying. You're pretty much saying that you're Charlie. You know what I mean by that? I'm talking about Charlie in the chocolate factory, okay? You're pretty much saying you scooped up a little bit of change off Grandpa, and you walked down to the candy store, right? And everybody's eating Wonka bars. You never had one. And you picked one random Wonka bar off the shelf, right? And you peeked inside, and you found the golden ticket. That's what you're pretty much saying, okay? Meanwhile, you got Verucas over here that's having their daddy by the whole fucking factory, right? And they got old ladies with hairnets who's sifting through the boxes, just throwing the chocolate away like, fuck this chocolate. You know what I'm saying? They're looking for the golden ticket, all right? Now, Veruca's smart, right? She's playing the odds. That's a gambling girl right there, right? That's a DraftKings girl right there. Because what Veruca did was she said, listen, I'm not going to just find this golden ticket, just going down to the store and buying one Wonka bar. I'm buying the whole damn factory, okay? And that's what you're doing when you play multiple lineups, okay? That's what I do, right? Because here's the thing. If you're going to go 50-50, yeah, I can kind of see that. Maybe you don't play as much. Even there's a strategy to that too. I'll get into that in another segment. But when we're talking about playing multiple lineups, we're increasing our odds exponentially, right? So you got some players that you think are going to be surefire things. Some of them might not be, so be careful. But here's what I'm trying to say. You got your team that you got picked out, and it looks perfect. On paper, everything is good, And then you got another team that, is just kind of off the wall and seems like, man, this is never going to work. But that's the team that's going to win it all, okay? Now, I'm not saying it's going to be a whole bunch of no-names and nobodies. You're probably going to have a couple top-tier guys on that team, but you're going to be working with some dudes that, at first glance, you might be like, I don't know about it, Last week, the guy who was showing his buddy his lineup saying, dude, this is the perfect lineup. Look who I got. I got Peyton Manning in here, Marshawn Lynch and Greg Olsen as my tight end, That guy probably thought he was pretty smart, you know what I'm saying, putting it in. And then, his players take a huge dump and, his week is blown because he played one lineup. Meanwhile, the guy who played that lineup, might have lost. But if he's playing 15 other lineups in the same tournament, or spread amongst different tournaments, right? And he's showing his buddy, his team, going, I'm starting Marcus Mariota and Austin Safarian Jenkins, and Jarvis Landry, whatever. Jarvis Landry's a pretty good pick, actually. But, or Kendall Wright, let's say. And his buddy's going, damn, you're stupid, bro. Like, this lineup looks like trash. Yeah, well, you know what? That guy who started Austin Safarian Jenkins and flexed Travis Kelce, too, that guy's probably a millionaire right now. Okay, go check it. I don't know if you can go back and look who won last week, but I guarantee it was a guy who started Marcus Mariota, who probably cost like $5,500 or $6,000, and probably started Julio Jones too, and Carlos Hyde, and Travis Kelce, and Keenan Allen, and Darren Sproles, who cost like $3,300 last week, who I had in a bunch of my lineups, and Kendall Wright. That's probably what his lineup looked like, So it's not always going to be like these dudes that you think are like surefire bets. And that's what I mean when I say playing volume. I might join the same tournament with 15 different lineups, and then I might do it again in a different one, in a $1 one, in a $2 one, in a $3 tournament, and I'll put them all in. And then I'll pick out a few teams that I'm like, you know what, something's standing out to me about this team. I just like it. It could be a long shot, and then I'll pick a few of those and put them in the Millionaire Maker as well. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, when it comes to, winning these tournaments, I think that playing volume's key, because all you need is one of them. All you need is one of them to hit. And if you think you're going to pick that one on the first shot, it's a slim chance. It's possible, but, your chances increase exponentially. Just think about Veruca buying the whole factory, baby. All right, so that's what I mean when I'm talking about playing volume. Keep that in mind when I'm giving you some of these picks. Then you're looking at them like, I don't know, dude. This dude looks like, like trash. Just keep that in mind, that sometimes it's those diamonds in the rough. We're looking for those gems, and we're trying to play volume. At least I am personally. That's my strategy. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this segment. If it helped you out, go ahead, give me a like, subscribe. I'm going to be doing this every week, and I'll throw in little strategies here and there like I did today, all right? This is Riche Racks. This wasn't an edition of Richie's Picks, but let's bring that money home, baby.